Okay, here's problem number 47. According to a Gallup poll, 64% of teens ages 13 to 17 have TVs in their rooms. Here's a footnote. The results are based on a telephone interview with randomly selected national sample of 1,028 teenagers. For the results in the sample, one can say that the maximum error attributed to sampling and other random effects is plus or minus 3%. Meaning, not because of any other kind of bias, just because of just a random sampling variation, we get a plus or minus 3% variation. In addition to sampling error, question wording, practical difficulties in conducting surveys can introduce error or bias into the finding of the polls. It says, A, we omitted the confidence level from the footnote. Can you figure out what the confidence level based on the information here? Well, let's see. What we're told is the margin of error, right? And we know that the margin of error is equal to z star times the standard error of p hat, which is p hat 1 minus p hat over n. Let's fill in the blanks of what we know. We know what the margin of error is. It's 0.03. We don't know the confidence level, so we don't know the z star value. Do we know p hat? 0.64, because it told us, right? 64% of teens. Do we know 1 minus p hat? 0.36. And do we know the sample size? 1028. Okay, it seems to me like we've got an algebraic equation with only one unknown. 0.03, and if I divide by this whole monster, well, what we'll get is the z star value, which is really close to finishing off the answer. So let's calculate that. That's not going to be easy, just because the calculator doesn't lend itself to that particular form. I'm going to do something first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the square root first, if you don't mind. Second, square root 0.64 times 0.36 divided by 1028. So I got all that under my square root. I hit enter. So there's the standard error. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 0.03, 0.03, and I'm going to divide it by second answer. So I don't have to retype that whole number again. And everyone know where the second answer button is? Answer is right above, the negative sign. All right. So here's what we say. We say that the z star value is 2.003. Now, that z star value is really close to 1.96. The z star value is associated with a 95% confidence interval. I'm going to say that the confidence level in this question is approximately in the 95. If we wanted to, we could take this value, find the percentile, and be able to calculate it exactly. But for all reasonable purposes, this is a 95% confidence interval. All right? Yeah. All right. Meaning that if I use this process many, many times, 95 times out of 100 or 19 times out of 20, confidence interval created captures the true proportion. All right? Are you ready? Yeah, Paul. Mike. Wait, hold on. I'm still recording.